Good morning, dear friends. It's Fisher here. So today we continue with our beautiful stories, "The Power of the Spirit" by Alfred Hosp, and also known as Freddie in the book. So today, Bruno saw Freddie's dad, who has been smoking for many decades, and Bruno said to him and asked him like how he's going, and he said, "I'm not feeling so bad, thank you." And Bruno pointed out, said, "Do not attempt to conceal the state of your health, and certainly not from yourself. You know perfectly well that you smoke too much, but are nevertheless unwilling to give it up. All of this is actually not as harmless for you as you think. There is already a severely reddened spot in your throat, in the vicinity of your larynx. With every cigarette you smoke, the mucosal membrane becomes even more irritated, and if you don't change the habits you have had up to now, it is precisely in this place that evil can establish itself. At the moment, it is still only an inflammation, but which, on account of your smoking, can go on to develop into some nasty adenoids. And then it will be too late to be sorry. I emphasize it once again. At the moment, your condition is not dangerous, and I certainly don't want to cause you any anxiety, but it really is high time for you to pay more attention to your body. I also know that it is not easy to get rid of smoking habit, but if you really want it, and if you make it your heart wish, and you will manage it, I will help you. I'll be with you." Okay, dear friends, so just a little paragraph. So basically, like Bruno pointed out Freddie's dad's smoking habit, and then he already having a reddened spot in his throat. And then, but often what's happened to us is we deny. Okay, so we deny our problems. So being denial means has two meanings. So first is a positive one, and then basically like being denial is you do not believe in sickness. That is very positive. If doctors say, "Oh, okay, you have a this and kind of like a problem," and then you say, "Oh, okay, I don't believe in sickness," but it doesn't mean you do nothing about it. And then you say, "Okay, well, doctor told me I have a diabetes, and I don't believe in sickness." Oh, that's fine. You have your choice, but it doesn't mean you should go on and do whatever you want. You should pay attention to your body too. Okay, first, if you don't want to believe in sickness, don't believe in it. But at the same time, you say, "Oh, I need to do something for my body. I need to be healthy." Okay, so it's not like being denial while doing nothing. That is very bad denial. Like my dad used to say, "Oh, I just doing whatever I'm doing. It's up to the God in the sky." That's what the Chinese say. up to the God in the sky to decide. I let the nature take its own course. I say yes, because the nature certainly will take its own course. But as you have taken a bad action against your body, and then you end up in a bad course. You end up in a bad way. It's not like I do whatever I want and then at the end, everything will be alright. It will not. We have to do the right thing, and then it will be alright. So another denial, as I already said, the positive one is you do not believe in sickness. Okay, so you say I don't want to focus on the sickness, which is good, but you should do whatever you can. Do your best to achieve a good health, to work on your body, to pay attention to your body. And this, the negative denial is just basically like, "Oh, I don't believe whatever my doctor say, others say," and then I keep going with whatever the bad thing I'm doing, smoking, heavily drinking, and then drug, whatever. So that is a very bad denial. Basically, that is you ignoring whatever going on in your body and kept being driven by your bad habit. So that is not gonna work. As what Bruno remarked, so smoking is a hard habit to give up. So, but there's always a will. There's always a way. If we want to do it, we can do it. So my dad gave up smoking early last year, after 47 years. If he can do it, you can do it too, my dear friends. And then Bruno also pointed it's the weak spot, the reddened spot, the evil will start to establish itself. And then at the end, if we do not change our habit, and they will develop into something nasty. Okay, so that's what's happened to Freddy's dad. And then as story goes on, and then Freddy's dad say, and Bruno give Freddy's dad a cigarette and let him taste. And then Freddy's dad say, "Oh, they taste disgusting. What's happened? It doesn't taste as good as I normally smoke." And then Bruno said, "Oh, you don't like the taste? Well then, you might as well let smoking alone forever. If you really want this now, you'll be free for it forever." And Freddy's dad was shaking his head, and he said, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Groning, I can't promise." And then to give up smoking. And Bruno said, "What a shame." And then basically Bruno said to Freddy after Freddy's dad has gone. And Bruno said, "What a shame. He could have received a complete healing today. But if his will is too weak, and then much suffering will eventually compel him to live alone that which is not good." So basically, dear friends, there's two ways to be healthy. So first is you understand now you need to be healthy and take action to do whatever you can with the best knowledge you have to be healthy. Or later on, and then when our body suffer about sickness, and then you will be forced to give up your bad habit, and then that is not going to be pleasant. I am self-registered nurse, so I'm looking after so many people in a palliative care. Is not a good thing to see. I can certainly say it's not a good thing to see people dying slowly with big sufferings every single day, live on morphine, so midazolam, all those drugs. It's not a good thing to see. Seeing people struggle to breathe, the smokers who has emphysema, every single breath they take is struggle. They can't even finish the meal they eat, because when they eat, they take one mouthful of food and they have to breathe 3 times. Well, if you ever see it, and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, dear friends, so wish you all have a good day and God bless.